Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from XLOOKUP. In this video, we will learn some data analysis based on one of the practical scenario of one of the very famous cricketer, that is Babar Azam, captain of Pakistan cricket team. So I have picked one of my favorite player here, and we will do some data analytics based on Babar Azam has played T20 international matches. The purpose of this video is to give you the right way to do analysis, picking the data from a website, importing that either manual or with the help of Power Query. So we will be covering some aspects of Power Query in this video to get the data directly from a website, and do some data analysis things here. I have also created a page where we will be doing some data analysis, just like how many innings so far Babar has played in T20 international matches, the number of not outs, total number of score has been done so far, highest score, average, how many 30s, 50s or 100s he has made so far, ducks, and how many bowls he has faced so far. And the main purpose is to drive the milestone matches, that how many matches he has played to bring his first 1000 runs, and then how many matches for 2000 runs and 3000 runs. After watching this video, you can try the similar kind of thing on his ODI international matches by your own. So let's get started. So first you need the database. That's the primary important part to start with. So for the data, you can go to howstat.com website. Let me show you. So this is the website from where we will bring the data. I will show you two methods. Either you can just select the entire data from the website and just press Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, which is very traditional, but it has some limitations. I will tell you the good method, which is using the Power Query tool to bring the data from directly from the website and to transform that as well. Alright, so this is the overall summary of Babar Azam, and you can see the key statistics here. We will generate some of these statistics in Microsoft Excel by doing some data analysis on a very primary level. Okay, so we have the current hyperlink here. You can see that on the innings, I have opened the T20 international matches for the Babar Azam. So he had so far played 94, and this is the data which we need to bring into the Microsoft Excel. So overall, if we say that how many matches he has played, total 99 matches. And he bat in 94 matches. So number of innings played is 94, but total matches is 99. Okay, and we have like a column here. You can see the column of runs. So you know that if you follow the cricket, so static means he scored 15 runs and he was also not out, right? And you can see how dismissed column, it's also being written not out. It's very possible that in some of the matches he did not bat as well, so you will find that comment as well here in this particular column. And this is also possible that Babar Azam gone on 0 as well. So you can see there is a match against South Africa in Gaddafi Stadium. He ran out on 0 on the very first ball, right? So we have I think the almost every column data. So now we have the data. We got the data of all the T20 international matches played by the Babar Azam, right? And even if you go to this website on a players page, you can search for any other player if you like to apply that. For example, Virat Kohli, find him and just click on this hyperlink. So you will get every batsman or every cricketer, how many test matches he has played, how many international matches played, T20 international, right? And once you click on, for example, if I am interested to go for one-day internationals of Virat Kohli, so far he has played 263 matches. So I will get the data of his individual matches with some statistics, right? So what you can do is you can just import this data into Excel and just do start data analysis. Alright, so we were talking about the Babar Azam. Now we got all the numbers, all the data here on this particular website. What you can do is you can just hold the mouse left key and start selecting and going downwards and select till the last match, and just right click, copy, or you can press Ctrl C and then move to Microsoft Excel. In a blank sheet you can press Ctrl V, and data will get pasted, and then you can start transforming it according to your requirement. But there is limitation you need to understand. Basically, why I am preferring the Power Query instead of manual copy and paste from the website is because now on this website what they do is whenever any cricketer play his matches, they do update this data. So for example, so far he has played 99. Next match will be the 101, and Babar Azam will play continuously, right? So the number of data will increase here. So if you are copying and pasting manually in Microsoft Excel, you need to go again to this website for even for just one match addition. You need to go this website and manually copy and come to the Excel and paste, and then revise all your formulas and functions and to update the key insights in the summary sheet. So that's very hectic job doing everything manually. So we will not follow this particular method. We will bring the data with the help of Power Query, and the main advantage of Power Query will be that it will connect with this particular website link, and whenever in future Babar Azam will play more matches, the data will be here on the website. So in Microsoft Excel we just require to click on refresh. On the data tab you will find refresh, and the data will fetch automatically from the website with the help of Power Query tool, and all your numbers will automatically get updated in the summary sheet as well. So that's the biggest advantage of using Power Query instead of manual copy and paste, right? So I hope you got the first advantage of why we are using Power Query here instead of manual copy and paste. So what we will do is we will go to the Power Query. So I'm using Excel, which is the latest version with Office 365 subscription. So that's Excel 2021. So I will copy this link, hyperlink of this website, and I will go to the Excel, and I will say that in the data ribbon, click on get data, and then you can go to from other sources, or you can click on from web, or there is also a shortcut available here, direct button for from web as well. Okay, so we'll click on that, and now you need to just paste that URL and press OK. So it will take few seconds to read and connect with that page, and it will show up you a window that is of navigator, where it detects that there is some tables available on that particular page. Now, so when I click on table 1, you can see the preview here. All those data which we need for Babar Azam has played T20 international matches is now here, preview here. So this is the right table we need to select. The other ones are not necessary to bring into the Excel. That's not relevant to us as well. And now we will click on transform data, okay, because we need to do some cleanup procedures as well before we load them into Excel. So I will click on transform data, and it will open up a new window that is called Power Query Editor inside Excel, right? So I hope you are not using Power Query for the very first time. If you are using this this kind of a same interface you can see in Power BI as well, which is a business intelligence tool. So Microsoft has made that ecosystem very similar. If you are using the Microsoft product, for the ETL tool they prefer Power Query. So that's available in Excel latest versions, and then it's also a part of Power BI. Alright, so this is the data available here within the Power Query, and we need to do some transformations. So first thing first is that we don't need this first row which has written in as progressive, and there are some blanks. So we don't need the first row. We need to remove the first row. For removing that, on the home tab you can see here a remove rows option, right? So I will click on remove top row. So it will pop up a small window, and where I need to define how many number of rows I want to remove from the top. So I just need to remove one row, so I will write 1 here, okay, and press OK. Now if you can see from your raw 1 record, you have headers, and you don't need headers in the record. You need to make them as a column headers. So for doing that, we have also a feature in Power Query that is called used first row as headers. So I will click on that, and now my first row become the header of that particular columns, right? Okay, the next step is, if you can see on the runs column, it should be numbers logically, but what happens is there are some hyphens are there because Babar Azam did not bat. If you can see how dismissed, so it's written did not bat, and it's hyphen there, and also with some numbers there is a static sign, which I have already explained. So what I will do is I need to convert this particular runs column into a numbers format. So I want to keep this original column as well, and I need an additional column, or you can say duplicate column for that. So I will just right click on this column and I will say create a duplicate column. So there is a feature called duplicate column, and I will rename this duplicate column as runs hyphen BABAR for my understanding. Okay, now I want to transform this particular column. So what I want is I need to replace all the statics from here first. So right click and replace values, and value to find will be the static, replace with nothing, null. So you don't need to write anything here, press OK. So all the statics has been gone, right? Then I will say that on this short icon which is on top left side of the header, click on that and convert that into a whole number. Now as soon as you convert that into a whole number, you will find when you scroll down, you will see the error. Why? Because Babar Azam has not played in some of the matches, he did not bat. So there is a hyphen sign on the runs column, and it converts them into an error. So we need to replace these errors. So for replacing these errors, we will replace this error as 0. So right click, replace errors, and what value you need to add here, we will write 0 here instead of errors. So now you can see that it has been transformed correctly, right? Going to the downwards at the bottom of the data, there is an additional row which says that number of innings played 94, and it's being repeating every time. So we don't need this particular record in our data set. So what we will do is we will open this drop down menu and we will uncheck this particular text so that it should be excluded from this data. Okay, now as far as in my knowledge, this data is being transformed as per my requirement which I wanted. If you find additional extra columns which you don't need, just remove them. Okay, once your data is being transformed, okay, you need to close and load. So I will click on close and load, and it will open up a new worksheet where all the data is being transformed neat and clean and loaded into the Excel. And you can see there it's written 99 rows loaded. So that means it's correctly we have imported the data from the website with the help of Power Query, and Babar Azam has played 99 matches, so it's written 99. Now what will happen is in future when Babar Azam will play more matches, this website data will get appended, and when the data will get appended, we don't need to follow all these steps again. We just need to come to this particular data and click on refresh button. So that's the biggest advantage, that we are not doing anything manually to fetch the data again and again from the website in future, and we are comfortable with this particular set. So when more matches will be played by Babar Azam, our data will get appended automatically in this particular table, and because our numbers will be connected within this table, so our summary sheet will get updated automatically here, right? So that's the advantage, we are not doing it manually. So I will delete this sheet just to give you an explanation that what is the difference between manual copy and paste from a website and how we can do this with the help of Power Query tool. Okay, so let me delete this sheet, that's for no use, and now I will rename this as database. Right, now what we will do is we will try to create some analysis, some fundamental analysis for sure, but before that, this video also covers some handy tips and tricks for you as well. So let's say if we want to know that when the Babar Azam was born, so I will go to that page, and it's written that 15th of October 1994, right? So when I go to the Excel and if I write 15th of October 1994, so you know that in the slash date format, the months come first, the day in the middle, and the year at the last. But we need in this particular format, as you can see here, 15th 15th, October is in full spelling of for the month, comma, space 1994, right? So how we can convert that? It's very easy. We will use the custom formatting tool. So for doing that, I will right click on this particular cell. From this contextual menu, I will go to format cells, then custom, and here I will write that particular format which I want. So first I want day, which is 15, 2 times D, then th in the inverted commas, okay, then space, the name of the month, so 4 times M, comma space and then 4 times y. So this is the exact same format which we saw on the website. You can see here 15th of October 1994. It's exactly the same. Here we have achieved that with the help of custom formatting. Now we want to drive what is the current age of Babar Azam till today. So today is the 6th of December 2022. So if we minus the today dates out of this born date, we can came to know that on this website you can see the current age of Babar Azam is 28 years 52 days. So we need in this format 28 years 52 days, and definitely when we open this Excel workbook tomorrow or in future, definitely this should be volatile and it needs to be updated automatically. So we need a function which drives the age of Babar Azam in terms of years and days. So for that we will use an undocumented function which is called datedif in Microsoft Excel. So in datedif, first I will pick the born date, comma, then I will say today function which will return the today's date, and then I will say that tell me how many number of years so far have been completed. So it will say me 28. Now I need to add one text here, so I will use the ampersand sign and I will write years in the inverted commas. So it says 28 years, right? I also want to know how many days so far has been completed from his birthday in the current year. So that's, I want the difference for that. So what I will do is I will copy this function. I don't need to write it again, just I need to change the criteria. So I will use ampersand sign again and I will paste that, and instead of y I will write yd and then inverted commas and also add days. So it says that from 15th of October 1994 till today, that is 6th of December 2022, Babar Azam is now at the current age of 28 years 52 days. Okay, all right, so I hope you got the point how we did that. Okay, now we want to do some basic analysis, the fundamental analysis, so we will fill that. Okay, but before that we also need to do this as well, milestone matches logic, that how many matches Babar Azam has took to complete his first 1000 run, then 2000 run. So for that what I need is I need a cumulative sum column. Create a logic here. So n2, which will return the a number from his first T20 ODI. Then I want to create cumulative sum. So I will add the second match figure which is in n3, and I will say that add the previous number which is being totaled. So, and as soon as I drag down, so it will show me that so far out of 94 innings which Babar Azam has played, or you can say out of 99 matches he has played, he has so far made 3,355 runs, and we can verify that number as well from here, 3,355 runs. So this means our cumulative sum column is correct, right? And we will also define the name of this column as well. So I will go to data, or you can say formulas, create from selection, top row. Okay, that will easy to use the name ranges in the functions or formulas. Okay, that will very easy. I will be using XLOOKUP function. So equals to XLOOKUP, lookup value will be these runs or these milestones, comma, lookup array will be cumulative sum column which we created. Return array will be from table 1 which is of Power Query, and we want to select the match column out of that particular table. Then if not found, for example Babar Azam has not made I guess 5,000 runs so far or 4,000, so instead of error it will be written yet to be achieved, okay, and then match mode will be 1 and bracket close. So Babar Azam has took almost 26 matches to complete his first 1000 run. then 54 matches to complete 2000 runs, and then 86 matches to complete 3000 runs. And we know that he has not completed 4000 runs yet. So far he has completed 3355 runs, right? So this is correct, and you can try for the ODIs at your own after watching this video. We will do some fundamental analysis here, that how many innings he has played. So we will use the max function, and from table 1 we need the innings column. Now when I close the bracket, it's returning me a 0, whereas if you see in the data, Babar Azam has played 94 innings, total 99 matches, but innings are 94. So why? Because 94 or the numbers you can see here are basically text. We need to convert that into a number. So for doing that, you can again go to Power Query. So you will go in the data tab, and you will say queries and connections, right click, edit. You can edit that query, and what you can do is you can just convert that into a whole number and go and close load it again. So now it is being transformed, and when I go back here, so it's showing me 94. So how many not outs are there? Okay, so let's see, count if. So the range will be from table 1, and the column will be how dismissed, and find that the criteria will be not outs. Not out. Okay, so not out. So there are 13 not outs. So far how many runs he has scored is from the cumulative column. So max from the cumulative column, from the cumulative sum column. So he has scored 3355. Highest score equals to max, and from table 1, remember that table 1 is basically Power Query. You can rename this spelling as well. If you don't like table 1, you can rename as Babar Azam or cricket, anything you would like to have. Runs Babar. Okay, so 122 is the highest score in one of the T20 international from the Babar Azam. Alright, so the average is here already given to us. The average is in this average column, which is column L here, and you can see so far the average in the T20 international ODI is for Babar Azam is 41.2, which is the last value of this data set. So how to get that? Equals to index and table 1 average column, then we will add count function here, and again the same range, same column. So it will return 41.3. when definitely the data will get append and more matches will be added here automatically. So this function will always pick the last value from that particular column. Okay, so it's 41.39. How many 30s, 50s and 100s? The count of these numbers we need to count ifs. So the first criteria will be from table 1, and that will be from runs Babar column. The criteria will be greater than and equals to 30, right? And also we need to add it again in the second criteria, runs Babar. We need to add the criteria less than 50. Okay, so there are 16 30s he has made. We can also verify from the website as well. So far he has made 16 30s. Okay, 16 times. Okay, so that's correct. Then we will copy this and paste it here. So here we need greater than and equals to 50s but less than 100. So there are 30 times Babar has made either 50 or more than 50, right? And then we need to have how many hundreds he has made. So equals to count if. Criteria, the range will be from table 1, runs Babar, and the criteria will be greater than equals to 100. So there are 2 times Babar has scored century in T20 international cricket. So how many balls has been faced by Babar? Okay, so for that, ball faced. So we have ball faced as text column, so we need to convert that into a numerical. So for doing that, again we will go to the Power Query, and then for ball faced, convert that into a whole number, close and load. All right, so now sum from table 1, comma, and then ball faced column, bracket close. So 2625 ball faced to make 3355 runs, right? For ducks, so let's apply that as well. Okay, so for the ducks, count if from table 1 runs, and we find that 0. So there are 5 ducks for the Babar Azam in his last 94 innings. Alright, so one thing you observe that we have used this table 1 every time, and this name is not meaningful. You find it later on, you want to change that. So let's change and see that if it's changed automatically here or not. Okay, so I will just write, I will go to this Power Query editing window, and here instead of table 1 I will write, let's suppose, Babar Azam. Okay, and I will go to close and load. Now you can see that Babar Azam is written here, and I will go to this thing, and now you can see that instead of table 1, it's Babar Azam automatic being replaced everywhere where I have used this, right? So you can have the flexibility that it will change definitely, right? So this is how in this particular video we have achieved this milestone matches, how we drive that, and also some fundamental analysis, all right, and some techniques for date of birth as well. So I hope you like this video and you will practice this as well. Thank you.